Good morning, everyone. I think actually I wanted to start when the last class something is left out. Of course, it is not in your syllabus, and you should know something about the different organization. Is it audible for you? That whiteboard?
No, sir.
No, sir, not yet, sir.
Yeah, just I will share actually. Once I'll share, then it will be audible. Is it now?
Yes, sir. It's sharing, sir.
Actually, the last class we were discussing about the different terminology used in navigation seamanship, and of course, then another thing is some organizations are working for the betterment of the navigations, all over the world. So today we'll have some importance of organizations when they have established and what is their role and what is their functions. Those things just will before we'll see, and after that we'll go to the class of marine compass today's. You see, today we are going to see about the navigational organization. The first one is
Sir, you're not audible, sir.
is it audible? I mean, is it visible for you?
Yeah, sir. Whiteboard is visible, sir.
But I am writing, you are not visible.
No, sir, that is not visible.
Oh, okay. I will again reshare actually. Some problem with the sharing.
Okay, sir.
Is it now?
Yes, sir.
You see, that's what I was telling. Some important navigational organization who are responsible for enhancing and improvement of the navigation. The first the first one is the coast. I think I will remove this one. Anyway, I will write because the coast and geodetic survey. Geodetic survey. Actually, this is a US coast and geodetic survey which has been found in 1807. And when Congress passed a resolution authorized for a survey of the coastal areas, harbors, outlying islands, and fishing banks of the United States. I think this is the first beginning. They have started in the entire world, that is coast and geodetical survey that has been started in 1807 and that is main basic idea of starting is only for the survey of these harbors, outlying of the islands and fishing banks of particularly United States of Nations. And this again this has become coastal survey in later they have renamed as a coastal survey in 1836. Okay, then again in 1878 they have again renamed the same thing, the coastal and geodetical survey. In 1970, it has become National Ocean Survey. In 1970, it has become a National Ocean Survey. And in 1883, it is again, they have renamed the changes with National Ocean Services. And actually, the office of this charting and geodetic survey accomplishes all the charting and geodetic function. That means to say that the main function is survey. The first one is survey of all the coastal water bodies, harbors, and fishing banks. And apart from this, they wanted to plot the charts also. The charts also they wanted to plot, and they wanted to collect the data from the different areas, and they wanted to plot the charts, and they have already started. And in 1991, again, the rename as they have originated the rename as Coast and Geodetical Survey. And with
sir, hello. Sir, sorry to interrupt you, sir. Same way you are writing something or on screen or not?
No, I am not writing, only heading,
okay,
because it is not involved in the syllabus. I am not giving any writing, because this I want just wanted to write only titles. That's all.
Okay.
The functions I am explaining. No, Narendra, actually क्या है ना, ये syllabus में नहीं है.
Okay, sir, no problem, sir.
Only the thing is, students को जानकारी रहना जरूरी है कि navigational organization कौन सा है. Okay. Just only I was putting this thing, only title and its function क्या है मैं बोल रहा हूँ बस.
Actually, I thought you are writing something,
no,
but it is not coming. That's why I was asking.
I am not writing actually.
Okay, sir. Okay.
Then only title I am writing. Okay. Then another one is National Imagery and Mapping Agency. They have started a National Imagery and Mapping Agency. This has been started beginning in 1807. Okay. Then later again different steps it has taken, and which is not important for us also. Then the main function of this is to survey all the coastal water bodies and the harbors and fishing banks and everything. There was the prime objective of this one, the starting of this one. And they have started another this thing, that National Imagery and Mapping Agency. There actually it has been started in 1830. Okay. This is 1830. And with that, actually, this is they are having they have started US Navy people. They have started. It is actually they are going to establish depot of chart. That means to say that whatever the survey they are going to done, based on the survey, they are going to start plot the charts with some instruments. Okay, some instruments. And in it was at present it is in Washington. Then after that, and then another very important this thing, that is New American Navigator. That is another thing has been established, that is Defense Mapping. Then another agency they have started. So that is Defense Mapping Agency. That is Hydrographic Center. Hydrographic Okay, Hydrographic Center they have started. That is in 1978. Then again this imaginary, that is NMI, that is National Imaginary and Mapping Agency. They are formed with under the Defense Mapping Agency. This is the another which has been started in 1996. Just to remember those things. And very important thing what I wanted to say, that that is Union States they have started the separately NAMI offices, and United States of Naval Observatory they have started in 1842. And then in 1930, that's what the same the Capel Hill NC, He has established this National Imaginary Mapping Agency, as established by 1930 by Chapel Hill. Okay, he's a naval officer in US, and after 36 years later, he has started Navy Hydrographic Office. Okay, and then another very important thing, which is very much important for us, I think probably everybody knows about this one: International Hydrographic Organization. International Hydrographic Organization, it was established in 1921. That is as a IHB. IHB means that is the International Hydrographic Bureau. Okay, in this is present name was adopted in 1970 also. And what is the function actually? What is the principle? This one, what are the functions to bring about a close and permanent association between national hydrographic officers. This first objectives or the first mandates of this organization. The second mandate of the organization is to study the matters relating to hydrography and allied science and techniques. The second objectives or second mandates. Third mandates is to further the exchange of nautical charts and the document between hydrographic officers and the member of the government. That means to say that what is the whatever the total entire world, whatever the oceans are there, whatever they are going to plot the charts, and with they are having to contact with in connection with all hydrographic officers of the members of the different countries. And not only they wanted to, I mean, they will plot the charts and everything, but they have to circulate with appropriate documents to the all the organization members. All different countries having different membership of that particular organization, and and they wanted to conduct some meetings and all to tender the guidance and advise upon the request. And in the particular countries engaged in setting up the setting up or expanding their hydrographic services. Like hydrographic services means the expansion of their the harbors and or establishment of the harbors with respect to hydrographic services. And then another thing is their mandate says to encourage the coordination of the hydrographic surveys with relevant oceanographic activities to the extent and facilitate the application of the oceanographic knowledge for the benefit of the navigations, and to cooperate with the international organization and scientific institution which have related some similar object. In 19th century, in the International Maritime Conference, what was held in US, that was held in Washington, and there was a proposal to establish the permanent international commissions. Similar proposals has been made in the different international congress also. With that, what they have done, they have made a very good this thing, that is IMO, that is International Maritime Organization. Still it is running, and it has been established in 1948. And it has the convention actually entered, I mean, it has been established in 1948, but it has come into active in 1959. Although there is some international convention on marine pollution was adopted in 1954, those things are not required. Only you remember the IMO, that is the International Maritime Organization, which has been established in 1948, and it has been come into active in 1959. And actually they are having different committee, totally around 32 members of the governments, and that means this council consisting about 137 state members. In every 2 years they used to assemble, and out of which there are totally 32. That time it was 32. It is now it is more members government elected for the assembly. And the committee, what are the different committee they are having? Actually, safety of navigation committee one is there, a radio communication committee is there, life saving committee is there, and search and rescue committee is there, training and watchdogging committee is there. And they are having separate committee like carriage and dangerous goods committee is there, ship design and equipment committee is there, fire protection committee is there, and stability and low line fishing vessel committee is there. And each committee, as its name itself indicates, their duty is to look after or improving the safety. Say, for example, safety of navigation committee, their main motto is to enhance the safety of navigation. So they will work on year by year, month by month, years together with different continental shelves, and how to they have to enhance the safety of the navigation of particular area or particular country. So that like that the safety of navigations and containers and cargo, bulk chemicals and marine environment protection committee is also there. Legal committee, if any legal issues will comes about the safety of ship design and equipment, whatever the above committee, they will look into all the legal activities of all the committees. And there is again technical cooperation committee. They will collect all the information from the different committees, and they will technically they will put into this thing there, so that there will be any they can create the platform, and through which they can discuss about the different, any allegations will be there or any improvement will be there, they will discuss. And the felicitation committee, there is another committee which is going to be part of this one. And actually this is who is going to head this one. He is the IMO, that is International Maritime Organization. He is headed by the Secretary General, appointed by the Councillor and approved by the Assembly, and he is assisted by the around more than 300 civil servants. Actually, to achieve its objective of the coordinating international policy on marine matters, the International Marine Organization has adopted some 30, now it is, earlier it was 30, it is more than now it is 30. Some 30 conventions and protocols, and adopted around 700 codes for the safety of the navigation, and recommendation they have made. And with that, actually the codes and recommendations is not binding actually, but it is a customary, but it is not binding. And but it is most of the cases supported by the domestic legislations by the local government. And this is the first and foremost reaching convention adopted is that is safety SOLAS. You might have heard the name of the SOLAS. That is in 1960 they have made a SOLAS convention. That is SOLAS means safety of life at sea. SOLAS means safety of that is SOLAS. SOLAS, I think probably you might have heard, that is in that in 1960 the convention has made by the IMO, that is safety of life at sea. And this is I think probably we are following, I think Indian government also they are following. And another one is they have made another convention, that is international regulations for preventing collisions at sea. That is in 1977 they have made it. And this is 1977 to they have established. But with actually this international regulating of for preventing collision at sea, this contains the only rules and regulations, all those things. And then after third convention, what they have done is International Convention for Prevention of Pollution from the Ships, MARPOL. MARPOL in 73, 78 they have adopted. And then another one is they have made now IMO has developed a minimum performance of standard for the wide range of equipments relevant to safety at sea. Especially that is now earlier paper chart they are using for the navigation purpose. Now they have made electronic chart display and information system, ECDIS they have made it actually. So that this is a IMO, the International Marine Organization, they have developed this system. And for that they have made some rules and regulations, what should be there, how to operate all those things, and how you have to read it by the electronic display charts, and who are the responsible for all those things, giving the information for the fixing of the vessels. Those things will be looked into by the IMO, and they have made the standard ECDIS, that is electronic chart display and information system. Then apart from this, I think probably the lighthouse authorities, the International Association of Marine Aids to the Navigation Lighthouse Authority. This is also one of organization. There actually this consists of 5 technical committee to maintain the permanent program. The Marine Marking Committee, and the Radio Navigation System Committee, the Vessel Traffic Service Committee, that is VTS, that is a Vessel Monitoring System, also now we can call this as committee. The Reliability Committee and Documentation Committee. And actually this is Lighthouse, this has comes under the Lighthouse Authorities Committee. and this is also part of IMO. Then another thing you might have ILA, that is the General Assembly of ILA, that is the International Association of Marine Aids to the Navigation Lighthouse Authorities. And then another one is, I think that is also not required. And anyway, these are the some important organization. I remember, and this the entire notes on the of this one I will submit to your sir. Okay, then we can have a discussion. These are not in the syllabus. Only thing is, out of interest only, I have told some organization there. So still organization are there, more number of organization which I don't want to, which is not in the syllabus. So I don't want to explain all those things. And I will stop sharing. I will go for really today's class. Today's class, actually, we are going to see the regarding our marine compass. Is it visible now?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Visible, sir.
Today we are going to see about the magnetic marine compass. What is magnetic marine compass actually? I think probably everybody knows the compass. I think probably in a toy also you will find the compass. In watch belt also you will find the compass. Okay, that is the mainly for this marine compass. You no need to have an introduction of this one. Actually, magnetic marine compass is the oldest instruments used in navigation to find out the direction of the vessel, or to find out the direction of the vessels. And I think probably whatever the छोटा छोटा तुम लोग का बेल्ट में भी तुम लोग आज तक पाया जाता है थोड़ा थोड़ा कंपास. ओके, उसमें से दिखाया जाता है मेनली चीज थिंग्स इज तुम लोग यू आर गोइंग टू फाइंड आउट वेदर यू आर नॉर्थ साइड और वेस्ट साइड और साउथ साइड और ईस्ट और नॉर्थ ईस्ट साइड, like that some you can get intimation regarding that. Okay, and let us see in lecture what we are going to see. In this lecture actually main thing is what introduction, what is magnetic compass and what is the basic principle of that magnetic compass, and what are the different types of compass, and there is the errors of compass, that is navigation and deviation and variations, and how you have to calculate those things of compass error and all. Will after 2 to 3 hour at the time the second class will have a go for the calculations. Today we'll see only the introduction and anatomy of the compass and classification of the compass we will see, and error calculation and all second half we'll see. You see, that's what I told. The marine compass is the primary means of navigation as a direction of indication device of the ship. And this compass is an instrument which is contained freely suspended magnetic element, which displays the direction of the horizontal component of Earth's magnetic field at the point of the other observations. That means to say that whatever the compass is showing the north, that is compass north, it is exactly the horizontal component of your Earth's magnetic field. Okay, at the point of observation, and it is showing only indication the compass north. It is not going to show a true north. Okay, true north it is not going to show. And see what is the working principles. Sorry, you see working the magnetic compass is working on the principle of Earth magnetic field, and it shows the magnetic north and south. I think everybody knows. I wanted to ask, what is magnetism actually? Anybody can tell? You know what is magnetism? What is the law of magnetism? थोड़ा discussion करें. Students, तुम लोग थोड़ा सा बोलो, so that I can also interact with you people. What is magnetism? सिर्फ सुनने से नहीं होगा, तुम लोग कुछ बोलना पड़ेगा.
स्टूडेंट्स अगर नहीं आता है तो फिर ये भी बोल सकते हैं.
ना, व्हाट इज मैग्नेटिज्म? तुम लोग को जानते हो ना व्हाट इज मैग्नेटिज्म?
Hello,
Hello, students.
students.
नहीं है students? Hello.
Yes, sir.
हाँ, देखो तुम लोग मैग्नेटिज्म के बारे में जानते हो?
Yes, sir.
In fifth standard, they are told about one magnetic bar, which is one end is red in color, one end is blue in color.
Yes,
What is
sir.
the law of magnetism? Okay.
So, unlike poles attract each other.
Alike poles are attract each other or repulsive?
So, unlike poles.
Unlike poles are like each other. Okay, very good. And you see, first of all, we must know the bar of magnet having the two magnetic poles, isn't it? Near extreme its points. And of these poles, one of which sets towards the north when the magnet is freely suspended. And it is conventionally termed the red pole. Okay, that is which is colored in red. And the other pole in the blue color. Okay, the law of magnetism is that like poles repel one another and unlike poles attract each other. Okay, very good. And in the area of magnet, there is a zone of magnetic influence is known as what is called? In area of a magnet, there is a zone of magnetic influences that is called what?
Magnetic field.
Magnetic field. Okay, magnetic field, and which may be represented by the lines here in the picture you see, which may be represented by the lines of the magnetic force emerging from the red pole. You see the pictures of my slides by the lines by the magnetic force emerging from the red poles and terminating in the blue poles. Okay, other magnetic within this magnetic field will align themselves in the direction of the line of the force, isn't it? In the my picture तुम लोग देख सकते हो?
Yes, sir.
Okay, that is then that means to say that the earth itself possesses a magnetic field with the blue pole towards the north, towards the north blue, and red pole towards the south, and it is the magnetic field which imparts the directive force to the magnetic compass, isn't it? And the earth has a magnet, may be likened to a sphere with a small but immensely very strong, okay, immensely strong near the magnetic or the magnet near the center. Center में तो उतना force नहीं है, only magnetic pole में ज़्यादा force है, isn't it? This is the basic principle. The red or north seeking end of the compass needle will be attracted to the blue poles. The small dots तुम लोग दिख रहा है इधर. The red or north seeking end of the compass needle will attract to the blue pole of the earth situated in the north pole, which is known as north magnetic pole, and the other one is shown as south magnetic pole. Okay, the compass needle in the northern hemisphere is attracted to the north magnetic pole from the various positions. And I think probably this is no need to explanation for your this thing. This is only one sentence I wanted to say, that the magnetic compass is working with the principle of earth magnetism. The earth magnetism, what I have told already, it is there in the picture. It shows the magnetic north and south. The simplest form of the compass is consists of a magnetized needle. The total whatever the compass जो है, जो उधर में जो needle जो रहता है, it has magnetized, induced magnetized or induced magnetized. You know there are two types of property. One is induced magnetic magnetism, and or else it is natural. Okay, I think the simplest form of compass consists of a magnetized needle, and which is freely suspended to rotate in a horizontal plane. Such needle tends to settle a magnetic meridian. Okay, and you see, this is the that's what I told. The magnetism, I think probably this I have explained, that is magnetism is a fundamental physical phenomena which occurs both naturally and artificially, that is by induction. and it is a property of a certain metals to attract or repel items like material or certain other material. It is also an effect like a electrical current. An object which exhibits this is not required. Let us see the anatomy of the your compass. Okay, what is the anatomy of this compass? You see, the first one is this is called as compass card. Okay, what is compass card? Compass card is a actually the picture which is showing, that is compass card. It is a circular rotating card attached to the needle. There is a needle. Okay, attached to the needle of the compass, on which are marked the 360 of the circle or even 32 equidistant path. Actually, the card is, you see, card is somewhat like that is a card. It is a plate rotating disc actually, on which you are going to point out all 360-degree angles. Okay, 360 angle they are marked, and there is different types of cards also there. Again, classification based on the cards, you can find out there are two types of compass. One is wet card compass, and another one is a dry card compass. Okay, that we'll see in the next classes. And this is a compass card. It is a rotating disc, you remember, on which around 360-degree circles are be marked, or else sometimes you will find in some other cards 32 equidistance points you will find. The next part is this light is actually their installation of light is to facilitate the reading of your compass card. And the third part is housing. Housing is, it is a main part of your compass, and of course it is ball-like structure or ball-like container. It is which is made up of brass, either brass, copper, or plastic material, and which in turns it is fitted with the binacles, and in binacles also it can be fitted with or attached to the bracket also. Sometimes in very simple marine compass, only brackets you will find. In a modern compass, binacles you will fitted with this ball type structure, and it is filled with aqueous liquid, and it has compass needle inside also. Is here there is a liquid they have filled up with this housing. That why they are putting liquid actually in this? Do you have any idea why the liquid will be placed in this housings compass? The actually to stop actually during the movement of the vessels, to stop the compass card is going to be move violently. That means to stop the compass card swing violently due to the motion of the boat, the movement of card is the entire card is going to be dampened. That means kept by the ball filled with liquid solution or liquid solution. That is, what is liquid solution? That liquid solution is nothing but the one part of distilled water they will be added, and the remaining part will be pure alcohol they will be added. Why they are adding this mix of the liquid consists of mix to distilled water as well as pure alcohol? Pure alcohol is be filled as because to stop the liquid freezing during the extreme cold condition. क्या होता है कभी-कभी if you are during cold condition में क्या होता है जो liquid जो होता है it is going to be freeze. In order to avoid the freezing of the liquid, the pure alcohol will be added to the compass. Okay, compass equipment. And in other words, distilled water, why they are added? If you are going extreme hot condition, so the every chances of pure alcohol is going to be evaporate. So if your dissolved, distilled water will be there, the distilled water is going to be minimize the evaporation of your alcohol. Okay, that you remember. The total, the housing is made up of brass, either copper or sometimes plastic material, in which some binacles will be attached in some modern cases, or else simply some brackets will be added, attached to the total ball or housings. And in that housings, what is there? Your compass card will be dampened. That means merged in a solution. That solution consists of distilled water, part of distilled water, part of your pure alcohol. Why that mixture of why not only alcohol and pure alcohol? Why not only water? Because if alcohol will be there in extreme hot conditions, there will, I mean, the alcohol retards or it will stop the evaporation of your water. Oh, sorry, freezing of your water. And in alcohol, in a cold condition, the alcohol avoids the or it will be having avoids the freezing of your distilled water. Okay, that you remember that it is very clear. I think probably in some books you may not find also in why this mixture of distilled water and part of pure alcohol will be added, because again I'm repeating the same thing, because the to stop the liquid freezing in extreme cold condition, pure alcohol will be added. To stop the pure alcohol evaporation in extreme hot condition or extreme hot weather, distilled water will be added. This much you remember. Okay, this housing will consist of. Okay, then what is rubber line? Next point is rubber line. I think it is probably you may be knowing there what is a rubber line. It is a very small line on compass, or it is a reference mark. Reference mark on inside the compass ball, which is aligned with a ship's force and aft axis. That's last class I have told. Any lines which are running from stem to stern, okay, that is called as fore and aft line. I have told last class. Okay, in that line, okay, this rubber line is going to be show, and it is going to be fixed, or it is called as a key line also of the ship. It has a reference line. It is going to show only your key line of the ship. Okay, that is rubber line, and it is why the main purpose of this rubber line is to reading of a direction of your vessel or direction of, from your compass card, in which direction you are going to move, whether you are going to move towards north or northeast or northwest or southwest, like that. Okay, this is going to be this just pointing. This is a mark actually. It is going to show the mark of your point, the movement of your vessels. Then another one is shadow pin. Shadow pin actually name itself it indicates. Shadow pin name itself indicates it's a small rod actually. Small rod or it is small pin used to cast the shadow on the instruments. Actually, as a name I told, shadow only you can show the reserve also by seeing shadow you can find out the direction of luminary or else in some okay actually it is used to determine the direction of the luminary, or it can cast the direction of magnetic compass. Either it is you are going to go to magnetic north and magnetic south, they are going to shadow. By shadow itself, by shadow is a reading point actually. It is a reading point from where you can see the things. And 90-degree rubber line means it is again the same, the rubber line when vessel is in turn line. Turn line means actually when vessel is going to be 257 degree, then this rubber line is going to be shown. That is, you are going to be turn 90 degree. Your vessel is going to be turn 90 degree. Then total this north point is going to be show this point. This point is to come to this here, so that your vessel is turned around 257 degrees centigrade. Okay, that is your this thing. Anyway, this in as time passes, we are going to see the direction of the compass cards and what is the notations, everything in coming classes we'll see. Then another thing is the next is pillar plug. Pillar plug means you see already we have filled with liquid which is consist of distilled water as well as your pure alcohol will be there inside. So sometimes what will happen during extreme cases, if evaporate, I mean pure alcohol is going to evaporate, then there will be a gap. Then water bubble will appear on the your compass card. in that case, what will happen? You have to replace or you have to refill it. But this filler plug is facilitated to refill the liquid to maintain the liquidity, I mean, distilled water as well as pure alcohol in the this thing. Okay, this is a filler plug, just a plug only. Okay, just you remove it and you add it liquid as well as this thing. And this is the expansion. Next is expansion chamber. What is expansion chamber? Actually, it is a flexible metal which is fixed in the bottom or in a fluid air chamber, and it provides the expansion and contraction of the fluid with the temperature changes. You see, when we are traveling for fishing or for transporting or this thing, because of the extreme temperature changes from one place to another place, the liquid or the liquid which is in the compass, it is going to be expand or some contraction because of extreme cold weather, exposure to the cold weather conditions as well as the summer conditions. There is every chance of expansion of this liquid, expansion and contraction of liquid. So that if it is expansion chamber will be there, okay, so that you can minimize that kind of, it provides for the expansion. There will be expansion of your total liquid. There should be a space to accommodate that expanded liquid, so that this is a chamber where the expansion liquid can be accommodated. Okay, and then another one is character magnet. Character magnet means this is actually normally you see there are fours are there, 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, sometimes you see this is the magnetic buttons or magnetic magnets, and normally in vessels sometimes here you will find 2 each. Okay, 2 each you can find. 2 each means 8. Sometimes you will find 5 each also. Sometimes you will find 6 each also. Okay, magnetic buttons. Why they are fitting in a character magnetic buttons? They are fitted in the platform of the magnetic compass in order to nullify the unwanted magnetic field. You see, if this magnetic buttons will not be there in your compass, what will happen? The total the whole entire the influence of, there will be more variation and more deviation, or compass is having more error, so to say. In order to minimize the errors or nullify the other effect of this thing, so magnetic characters or magnetic buttons will be added. Okay, this is the one the main this thing main important things. The kitna number ज़्यादा रहेगा उतना minimize रहेगा, so that your marine compass is going to show exactly. There will minimum the error in the compass. Then another is bellows. Bellows means diaphragm. Okay, this is a diaphragm which is showing. Okay, this is the diaphragm. Diaphragm is attached to the compass ball. It accommodates the changes in the volume. This is mainly attached, whatever the changes in volume, that is this is connected to the expansion chamber also. Okay, the whatever the expansion of the volume of the liquid caused by temperature changes, it is going to be accommodated. That means to say that जो लिक्विड में जो चेंजेस आया हुआ है, ये एक्सपेंशन आया हुआ है, ये कंट्रैक्शन आया हुआ है, दिस diaphragm or bellows is going to be accommodate those the amount of this thing. Okay, that is connected to the expansion chamber. Okay, this diaphragm is going to be hold or accommodate the changes, whatever the changes that occurs in your liquid compass. Okay, then another one is counterweight, and here the main compass button will be that. This is another one is gimbals. Gimbals is actually this is another device or another this thing to protect the compass from bumping around around with boats normal pitch and roll. Actually, see, while you are moving in boat, there is always boat is having around 6 movement: rolling, pitching, and yawing. And one is boat moving with x-axis and y-axis as well as horizontal axis. Then apart from this, there is having another effect of winds and currents. With that result, every chances of your boat is going to be rolling and pitching. Okay, with that case, what will happen? The inside, the total, the intact of your pivot and your compass card, everything should be kept in intact, so that this gimbal, this is like a visor like thing. Okay, visor like thing, and the whenever the boat is moving, and that is called jostling. Jostling means bumping. In order to, while it is vessel is moving, there will be every chances of bumping of this thing, your magnetic compass. Okay, in order to protect the compass from the bumping will be occurs due to the movement of your pitching and yawing or rolling, normally boat movements. Okay, this is the gimbals. It is nothing but a visor which will give a bumper effect on the compass to. Okay, then another one is counterweights. Counterweights are this weights of the compass card. Okay, these are the compass card weight. Compass card का weight का नीचे I mean compass card का नीचे रहता है, which is kept on the pivot itself. Okay, actually again, as name itself it indicates, it counters the dipping the magnetic force. It counters the dipping the magnetic force and maintaining the dipping angle with the acceptable range. That means to say that, you see, there is a magnetic bar is there, compass magnet. Okay, this counterweight they are keeping because to counter the dipping angle of magnetic force. Dipping magnetic force can be minimized. Okay, that can be, so that counterweight will be there. And this is the anatomy of your magnetic compass. This is the magnetic compass magnets. Okay, on which there is a pivot. Okay, this is pivot. Pivot means it is a point through which you can see the on which you can place this circular disc. That is a revolving disc, that is called compass card. Okay, compass card will be kept on the pivot, and with that, the total whole the compass is going to filled with a liquid. That is what I told. Distilled water plus pure alcohol is going to be filled. Okay, this is the anatomy of your this thing. And you see, nowadays marketing, you will find a lot of things, different variety of magnetic compass you will find. And see, this is the top rotating or flat card. You see here card, whatever the card, different cards are there. Again, that is why I called the basic. There are two types of card. One is wet card and another one is dry card. You see, in wet card, anyway, this we'll see in the next classes. What is the exact wet card, why it is called wet card, and what is the difference between dry card as well as wet card. Here, this is these are the recent and in market available compass, and this is a top reading or a flat card, and this is front reading card. I think probably you might have seen this kind of compass in your watch and all. Okay, to front reading on direct reading card, and this is the compass card. You see here what I told. This is the angle will be graduated. From north it will start from 0, 10 degree, 20 degree, 30 degree, 40 degree, 50 degree, 60 degree, 70 degree, like that it is be aligned up to 360 degree. Okay, and this point is going to be shown north, and this side, whatever the angles, that is 360 or 0 to 100 degree, 0 to 40 degree, it comes on northeast. If your compass needle is showing in this direction, that means you have to write in northeast. If you write in 90 degree, it will east degree, and from 90 to 180 degree, it is south. In between 90 to 180 degree, any your compass needle is deflecting from either 120, 130, 140, 150, 160, then you have to mention southeast. Okay, these are this way you have to. This is the compass card. Okay, this is here. This compass card is again either it may be wet or it may be dry. So why it is wet and all, this we will see. And this is the fluctuate. Another only this is. Nowadays, a lot of development has been taken place in the compass area. You will find analog also. Here it is digital also. Here you can direct. You will find it. This is showing 315 degree northwest. It is showing directly. Okay. But in analog, I mean, in analog, what you have to do, you have to find out whether it is 315 degree or 320 degree. Like you can, that means so that you should be very care enough while using analog compass. And this is another one is another compass.
Excuse me, sir.
Tell me.
So sorry to interrupt, sir, but
No,
we
no
have
problem.
we have a class from 11 a.m., sir.
Oh. Now it is 11.
No, sir, it's just 5 minutes from 11.
Okay.
sir.
Then I will disconnect. Then I will continue in the second hour. 2 to
Yes,
3.
sir.
Okay.
Oh, okay, sir.
Thank you.
Okay,
And one
thank
more
you,
thing
sir.
I will ask you. Okay. One more thing I will ask you.
Yes, sir.
If you having any doubts regarding marine compass and this thing, my number is there with Narendra. Okay. And we can have I will ask Narendra to create a WhatsApp group among your this thing so that we can exchange some discussion there. Okay.
Yes, sir.
So that I will ask Narendra, sir. Narendra?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
So you can create on WhatsApp group of your this thing. You become an admin of that group. Okay. So that whatever the doubts will be there with the students, we can discuss. Because
Sure,
in
sir.
class, no, 1 hour is I think
Not
probably
sufficient.
not sufficient. Okay. Thank you. Thank you one and all. We'll see you on second hour. Okay.